ABC. It is Old Metal Rocker 65 with the weekly six-pack. I believe this is week 8, if I'm not mistaken. Been already 2 months. Imagine that. Of course, you know, when you got a little time to do videos, you know, you can kind of get a bunch in. And but anyway, yeah, the weekly six-pack. This week, it's CDs. Last week was vinyl. This week is CDs. And we are going to start off with a band that I found just by searching like I usually do, and I always have my whole life online. Of course, this was online though. And I come across this band and this album, and I've been hooked ever since. And of course, with the great Gus G on guitars, Mystic Prophecy, and Vengeance. This was from 2001, and I can remember the first time I picked that up. It was that particular album, you know, and you know, it just kind of took off from there with more Firewind and more Firewind, and of course Firewind is more power metal. Of course, they've been around for, God, let's see here, I've been around since 2000. Of course, they are out of Lower Saxon in Germany, I believe. Actually, it is Bavaria, excuse me. Germany, same place. Bad Gronbach, Bavaria. Still together. Still putting out killer. More, I classify what they're doing now as a little bit more, little heavier. I don't think it's full-on power metal like their earlier days, but still, nonetheless, great band. Of course, they do have quite a number of albums out. God, must be 10 at least. Of course, first one came out in 2001, and the last one was Hell Riot. No, actually, no. What was it? No. Yeah, it was Hell Riot. I'm sorry. And but I pretty much have everything that they do have, either on CD or vinyl. Last 4 or 5 I do have on vinyl. All killer. So yeah, Mystic Prophecy is number 1 in the weekly six-pack. Number 2, it is another German band, and this is the album that I got turned on to, or I heard actually a compilation actually back in when everybody had CDRs. They were the latest rage. You know, we would record CDRs and send them all over the place. I used to do that with a couple of people all the time, you know, and there was a song on one of the compilations, and it was from this band. And in fact, I think it was this particular, yes, it was this album. In fact, I heard the track Pilot Earth from Mob Rules on Temple of Two Suns. I wish this would come out on vinyl. It needs a vinyl issue. Of course, this is on LMP label. This came out in 2000, so they've been around for quite a while, still active, still doing it. And but they just released a new album, which is on vinyl. Or is it the one prior? One of them is on vinyl. Anyway, great album. Like I said, they started in 2000, and they have, what is it? Well, actually, they started in 1996. They come out with Savage Land Part 1 and EP, which I do not have. But and then there's Savage Land, but this is what I started out with, was Temple of Two Suns. And of course, if you're familiar with Limb, they predominantly catered to this style, mostly. And they're still out there doing it, lame as. But anyway, great release from Mob Rules. Of course, what did they say they had? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a compilation, 30 years, which I do have on the CD as well. I don't have the vinyl, but anyway, Mob Rules for weekly 6-pack number 2. Up next, and let's see here. Okay, next band, and again, this is the album I first bought when I found this band. The band was called Ravage. They're out of the U.S. What did I miss? Mob Rules, they were out of Germany, I believe. Maybe they're the ones from Lower Saxon, but anyway, Ravage. They are out of Boston, Mass. And this is the first Ravage I ever bought, was Return of the Spectral Rider. There's one prior to this, which is just a Spectral Rider. Let's see here. Which came out in 2005, but I don't have that one. This one came out in 2017. They just came out with a new album too, Spider on the World, which is fantastic, by the way. Just killer, straightforward heavy metal band, maybe a little power infusion, a little bit here and there, but great band, still doing it. And yeah, picked this up. They've been around since what did they say? It was 98. So they've been around for quite a while now. And a lot of these are all, the Ravages are self-released or maybe a smaller label. I think the vinyl was maybe on a smaller label, but yeah, great stuff from Ravage. That was number 3. I got a little story before I show. Well, I'll show this, and then I got a little story. In fact, it was today. Anyway, I remember when this band first came out. And that was about 2000. I mean, nobody knew anything about this band, and but I did. I like I say, I do a lot of searching online for bands, a lot of new stuff. I like new bands, and if a new band really gets me, I keep on buying and will always support them no matter what. Anyway, the first time I heard them, I picked this one because it is the first album they ever came out with, and of course this was the first time I ever heard them. And I'm talking about Sabaton and their debut Fist for Fight. They did come out with a demo in 2000, but anyway, I saw these guys, must have been 8 years back. They opened for Iced Earth, and actually I thought they were better than Iced Earth. Sabaton was when I saw them. And but anyway, so I had to bring my time card out to the shop this afternoon, and on my way back I stopped at a Senex, which is a fuel stop restaurant type liquor store all in one. And I walk in and I seen this. I mean, I immediately seen the Sabaton on this guy's back, and I pointed. I said, "Hey, nice shirt, man." And I walked away and went and got what I wanted, went back to the counter, and I said, "Have you seen Sabaton?" He said, "Yeah, I just seen him here earlier this year." I said, "Oh, you must have seen him with Judas Priest, huh?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "But I didn't stick around for Judas Priest." And I went, "What? A legendary band like that, and you didn't stay for Judas Priest because it might be the last time you ever see the band? But you like Sabaton? I mean, come on." But anyway, he said the reason they didn't stay is they were on their way to see another concert. Well, I think the guy lives as a college student, but which is pretty cool. I thought that was awesome. You know, walk in and out of the blue, there's a guy wearing a Sabaton. Actually, it was a zip-up hoodie. And we chatted a little bit, and he said, "Yeah, he says, I don't have my or their tour shirt on. He says, that's at home. I said, thank you. I walked outdoor. I said, anyway, I got about 200 of those shirts anyway. So he said, wow, walked out. But I thought it was a pretty cool story, And every once in a while I run into something in town here, but it's not very often. But anyway, Sabaton, yeah, been around since 2000. And I know over the years they have just gained a huge following, not only over Europe but even in the States now. They're touring with Sabbath or with Judas Priest. So they got a great band that they're opening for. So I mean it gives them a lot of help because they want to do more arenas. Well, when you're in Europe, you do huge festivals. So anyway. But yeah, I've been around since 2000, out of Sweden, Falun de Lama. But anyway, like I said, I seen them about 8-9 years ago. It was Iced Earth, Sabaton, and I think it was, oh, I can't think of it. It was a female-fronted band. The singer of Nightwish, Floor Jansen, it was her band. Revamped, that's who it was. Revamped opened the show, and then it was Sabaton, and then it was Iced Earth. But anyway, Revamped was good as well. But anyway, Sabaton, yeah. So their latest album, which was a live album in 2024, live in Amsterdam. The tour to end all tours. But these guys just crank out the music, and all their music is World War II related, mostly. It's all about battles, victories, defeats, and that's what they're known for. Of course, this is the original lineup. Of course, this band, some of the members split off of this band. God, I want to say probably wasn't much after I saw them that they split, and some of the members formed the band Civil War, and they have like 3 albums out now too. So, but yeah, Sabaton, great band, been around a long time. If you get a chance to see them, do so. They will be impressive, I guarantee it. Anyway, so that was number 4 in the weekly 6-pack. Next one up is a band from Germany. So we got a kind of a German thing going here with a lot of metal bands. This is the album I was introduced, of course, when they first came out. This band has been promoted by Kai Hansen of Halloween and Gamma Ray, and but he's actually done some I don't know if he's done any recording, but he's maybe done a song. Maybe he has done a song or two, but I know he's very high on this band when they first came out, and I'm talking about Storm Warrior and their self-titled album. A great release. I mean, definitely, to me, this is more old school heavy metal. Not really power metal. Well, maybe a little bit, maybe a little speed metal as well too, but I think they're more traditional in sense. But a great band. They came out in 1999 out of Germany. It's been a while since they put out anything, and I don't know if they're... Yeah, it's 2019 was the last one they put out, and that was Norseman, and I do have that one as well. I mean, they got... What do they have? Yes, I have a helper here. At my age, you got to have that anyway. But anyway, they come out... What do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums out, But yeah, Storm Warrior, check them out. Very, very killer band. They're on This is on the Remedy Records label. I don't even know if Remedy is still around, but this one came out 2002. So a lot of older bands here. So yeah, Storm Warrior, self-titled. And finally, that was number 5 in the weekly 6-pack. Number 7 comes from another German band, a legendary German band, a hard rock band. Started way back in the late 60s. And their last album, which came out, I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think it was probably about 2 years ago now. Great album, by the way, if you don't have it. And we're going to talk about this legendary band. I mean, for the most part, I love all their stuff except for a few duds in there. But I picked this one because this is one of the best live albums of all time, in my opinion. At least this is one of my favorite live albums. But I have two versions of this on CD. I do have the vinyl. But I'll show you the first one here, which is the Scorpions Tokyo Tapes. Fantastic. I mean, great lineup, great songs, all the classics. I mean, how do you get any better than this? This came out originally in 2002, but let's see, I think the original release was like 80 or 70, 78, 77. Let's see here. Anyway, it's right in that era. I mean, the list is so long here that it's crazy. But this is the first, well, not the first Scorpions ever bought, but again, it's one of my favorite live albums ever from the Scorpions. And I'd say they're probably in a top 5 for me of all-time live albums. And most of my live albums are from older groups. There are maybe one or two that I would really put in there, but got to go old school here. And of course, this was just a single CD here. And then I also have this like a double digipack here, which is well, bonus tracks on here. And basically, the difference, I think, is the covers. They're really close as far as being identical. I mean, this one well, it's a little bit newer, so the colors probably pop a little bit better than this one. And this one, of course, you have the shiny plastic here, where this one you don't. But yeah, this is you get all the regular tracks on disc 1, and then on the bonus CD, you get you get 9 tracks. Robot Man, Hellcat, Catch a Train, Kimi Gajo, Polar Nights, He's a Woman, She's a Man, Top of the Bill, Robot Man, you know, so it's just different variations of where they recorded these live. Some of them were recorded on April 24th, and some were recorded on April 27th in 1978. So, yeah, 78. I was really right on when I said it was 78 when these came out. But this is a very nice set if you don't have it. Scorpions just did a re-release probably 4 or 5 years ago of all their early albums. They're okay, but I prefer the older style covers. Some of them are a little bit different, but anyway, number 6 in the weekly 6-pack. And if you got any comments, leave them below. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and you'll get updated versions of new videos that I come out with. So anyway, week 8 of the weekly 6-pack, and rock on, and see you next time, guys.